Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Maria. I'm the creative director and interior designer for 305 Deco Living. Today I'm going to show you my famous turkey recipe. Why is it famous? Well, I'll tell you two things. One, American, Italian, and Cuban. And number two, it's not dry, it's moist. You wanna know how? Keep watching, because I'm gonna show you exactly what you're gonna do, but disclaimer, if you make this turkey, be very careful. Mindful that your friends and family, once they taste this, are gonna want you to host Thanksgiving dinner every year. What are you waiting for? Let's get started. Now, I don't know where you buy your turkey, but I buy it here at Publix in Miami. And you may have ShopRite or Pathmark or maybe Super Stop and Shop where you can buy the turkey. I always buy the fresh turkey, always fresh, not frozen. Frozen will take you a very long time to defreeze a turkey. So if you don't have time, your better bet is fresh. Now, another thing I'm gonna tell you before you make this turkey is that you wanna make sure you do it the night before or 2 days before because you want it to marinate as long as you can. This way, the day that you actually bake this turkey in the oven, it tastes really, really good. All of the ingredients are really injected into this turkey and it'll taste even better than the day before, okay? So just make sure about that. And number two, you're gonna ask me, well, how do I know how many pounds do I buy a turkey for? Well, the main thing is that it's probably around 1.5 pounds per each person that comes to your home as a guest, right? So if you have 8 people, it should be around 8-9 pounds. If you have, let's say 9 people, around 9-12 pounds. It all depends, but remember you always have other things too, like the stuffing, and you have the cranberries, and you have, potatoes, all that stuff that's very, very filling. But that's really what I suggest for you when you're gonna buy a turkey. How many pounds should I buy? This one is a 14-pound turkey, and I bought it at Publix, and it's a butterball. It's very small. And I'm going to tell you exactly what to do, but first thing is first, let's wash our hands. I did wash my hands prior to starting this video. I'm gonna wash them again, and then I'm gonna use these food safety gloves, which are really important, which I have here in my home every time I'm cooking. Now, my grandmother was an amazing cook, if you don't know. She was born and raised in Cuba, and I think a lot of me loving to cook, and my sisters also cook very well, is because of my grandmother. My mom too cooks very, very well. She hates the kitchen. I love the kitchen. I enjoy having people over to my home. This is why I have the house that I have, and that's why I show myself a lot on here, because I love to show my house and to show you what I do when I have parties or when I have making recipes or just having people over. We're gonna first wash this turkey. Not in hot water, guys, not in hot water, cold water. So let's go to the sink. Okay, so once we bathe the turkey, you're gonna take some paper towels. I don't have any more paper towels, so I'm using some napkins. Doesn't really matter what you use. And you're just gonna tap on it to make sure all the excess water comes off. Okay, so this has a neck inside. Okay, you're not gonna throw this out, guys. Just keep it to the side. And then it also has, on the butt, has a little bag here of some guts. You're not gonna throw this out either. You're gonna put it to the side. It's kind of a little gross, but it doesn't really matter. And we're gonna just use everything else here. Just leave this to the side. Looks really pretty right here. And now we're gonna start with the ingredients for this turkey. First thing is first, there's a skin right here and it's really tight onto the skin right here. So what I do is I open it up and stick your hand through it. Don't be afraid, it's not gonna rip. Watch it rip now, because it says it's not gonna rip. And you're gonna make sure that you open the skin up. Then we're gonna take an orange, one orange, and you're gonna cut it in half. And you know how you take a bath and you bathe yourself with soap? You're gonna do the same thing with the turkey. So you're gonna just smooth on, squeeze the juices out of the orange and bathe it with an orange. This is what really makes this turkey so delicious. Smells great when it's in the oven. And then whatever's left over, you're gonna put it into the cavity of the turkey. Next thing is we're gonna put some oregano and we're gonna sprinkle it all over. You see how I opened it up? This is why I wanted you to open up the skin So you can also add some of the oregano on the turkey. And all over, even on the skin, on the wings, on the legs, the butt, the back portion of it, everything is eatable. So make sure you season it really well, capturing all of the parts of this turkey. Now we're gonna add some carrots, and we're gonna stick it right in the cavity of the turkey. Now, just stick it right in there. And you're gonna ask me, how many? I don't know, a handful. Just keep sticking it in there. The more the merrier. Listen, the more you put into this turkey, the juicier it's gonna be. Now we're gonna take onion. Again, depending on the size of the turkey, you may get a big onion, you may get a small onion, but since this is a tiny turkey, I got a smaller onion. I like to cut it in smaller pieces, so this way I can get the full onion inside. And we're gonna stick all of the onions inside the cavity of the turkey. Okay, so then we're gonna have some celery. Guys, I'm hungry. I have to eat this. We can cut it up. And you're gonna stick everything inside the cavity again of the turkey. I know it's a lot, but don't worry, trust me, it will all fit. Now, my favorite, adobo seasoning. This you can buy in the Goya section or the Spanish section of any of your local supermarkets. And this is what really gives it a lot of flavor. So like I said, a little bit Italian, a little bit of American, and the same thing you're gonna do just like you did with the oregano. Okay, now your herbs. We're gonna use oregano, rosemary, parsley. If you can find fresh parsley, I would use fresh parsley, and thyme. And sage too. I forgot to buy some sage, but if you want sage, it gives it this really smelly, really good smell to your turkey, but you can also use the powder one too. So we're gonna just add a couple of these. You don't have to worry about washing it. And you're gonna take a couple of these and stick it also in the cavity. You wanna leave some of it left over because this, we're gonna throw it inside the pan. So leave some of this out. And you're gonna stick it right in here, all the way in. And then we're gonna take some rosemary. You wanna leave half in the container because we're gonna throw this in the roasting pan. And then we're gonna take some thyme. And again, if you have sage, I would also put some sage in there too. So stick that in there. None of this you're gonna eat. It's just for flavor. This smells so good, guys. I mean, if you were here, well, you'll know because when you make it, you're gonna tell me, my God, Maria, it smells so great. And now we're gonna get the roasting pan. I bought mine at Home Goods, and if you guys have been following me, I love to store Home Goods. You can find a lot of things there, inexpensive, and this one's a really big roasting pan, especially if you have a large turkey. And now we're gonna transfer the turkey to the roasting pan. And then, remember that neck? It's gonna go in here, guys, going right in there. You'll be like, oh my God, it's gross. You're not gonna eat this. And then the guts, you're going to take it out of the bag. Okay, now we're gonna take the guts that's in this bag and throw it in here. Guys, I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's a tongue, whatever it is, but it actually gives it really good flavor. Stick that in there. We're gonna take all of the herbs that I told you to keep aside. We're gonna also throw it in here as well. Okay, we're gonna stick everything in here. This is what's gonna give it a lot of flavor, the thyme as well. Okay, and then we're gonna have the oregano. And again, sage. I forgot to buy the sage, but again, if you want sage in it, you can. This is some garlic powder. You can also use the natural garlic powder as well. The more seasoning you put on it, the tastier it's gonna be. Okay, now we're gonna add mojo. This is something that we use when you're cooking Spanish food. Okay, we're gonna pour it in here, pour it inside, and pour some inside of the pot. Okay, now we're gonna take the bitter orange, which is called naranja agria. And I always love the Goya products. We're gonna add a little bit of this already. You wanna make sure that you just add a little bit because you don't want the seasoning to come off. And we're gonna pour some in the pot roast right here. Pour it in here, pour it in here. go. I will give you all of the ingredients on how much I use for this turkey, so don't worry about that. You'll see it all in the description box below. Then we're gonna add the lemon. This is clean. Throw it in here, put it in the cavity of, again, of the turkey. Okay guys, we already added the ingredients to this turkey. Now we're gonna go to the stove and we're gonna add the main ingredients to make this turkey really buttery is butter, herbs of Provence, and some bay leaves and some pepper. So let's go to the stove. While we're here at the stove, let's start baking this. So it's set to 350 degrees. We're gonna start it. It's kind of a little high, so we're gonna set it to 350. And that's where we're gonna have it on for 20 minutes. For right now, let's start doing this. We're gonna now add 3 tablespoons of butter. And this is unsalted butter, right in here. We're gonna add a table and a half of the herbs of Provence, table and a half. And then we're gonna add a dash of pepper. These are your little ingredients. This is a little bit of the Italian I was talking to you about that we're gonna add. And if you wanna add more butter and more herbs of Provence, you can. We're gonna see exactly how much this is going to use up. And if you wanna make more of a mixture, you can. This is very hot, so once it's all melted, we're gonna let it cool down for a little bit, and you're gonna rub this mixture onto the turkey. It smells so great, guys. Once this is done, we're gonna make sure that this cools down. You can add more of this mixture, so we're gonna go to the turkey, put this in there, and see if we need more. So you can always add more or add less. So it's up to you. Okay, while this is melting and this is already set aside to cool down, we're gonna do something else. You can buy the container of the chicken broth if you like, at your local supermarket, but I like the real deal. So we're gonna put this aside. These are called cubitos en polvo, caldo con sabor a pollo. It's like a soup broth in chicken. So you're gonna take 1 little packet of this and add 2 cups of water. And we're gonna add 1 little packet of this powder. Just a little powder with the water. And we're gonna pour this in the pot roast. Okay guys, so I'm gonna add some dry white wine. I already poured it in here and it's only a half a cup. And we're gonna pour it slowly inside of the cavity into the roasting pan and then a little bit over the turkey. Over the legs, the wings, and the rest we're just gonna pour it in the roasting pan. Okay, now we're gonna take this ingredients and now we're gonna add it inside the breast all the way in. Super important, guys. Look at this. This is going to smell so great. All the way inside. Stick your hand in there. We're going to do this now all over the turkey. Again, if you want to add more and make more of this mixture, you can. At the end of the day, the more the merrier. You don't have to worry about, oh, is it too much? Is it too little? I always think that every time my turkeys come out delicious is when I add a little bit more than normal. Now we're gonna add, we added 1 pack of the chicken broth. You have to make 4 packs of the chicken broth. Okay, we're gonna add now 4 cups of the chicken broth into my measuring cup. All right, so we're gonna pour this in here. Now we're gonna take some tin foil. We're gonna cover just the legs only because we're gonna put it and roast it for 20 minutes in the oven at 400 degrees. What you do is that you cover just the legs because those are the ones that get burned faster or cook faster. And we wanna make sure that at 400 they don't burn. Now before we do that, we wanna make sure we put a thermostat in there. Always place it in the thickest part of the turkey, which is the breast, and you don't hit a bone, so this way you know the temperature. Okay, so it's already beeping. We're gonna take it out, and we're gonna uncover the legs. By the way, tin foil is not hot, guys. You could use your hands. And then we're gonna put it back in the oven. And now we're gonna bring down the temperature, bake it for 350 degrees, and we're gonna cook it for 45 minutes. Okay guys, now this is open. Most important now, we're gonna pinch with a knife in different areas. And now we're gonna take some of the juices in here and we're gonna baste it. There we go. You're gonna do this every half hour until the turkey is ready. So every 30 minutes, you're gonna baste it. Then we're gonna take a needle for food, of course, and we're gonna inject it. Watch this, guys, how this gets so fat. I love it. We're going to add a couple of the bay leaves inside of the pan. You can add as many as you like and put it back in the oven. Okay, it's time to take it out. It's already at, let's see, 175 degrees. That's where you want it, around 175, 180. We're gonna take it out already and we're gonna eat this baby. You're gonna pour this all over the turkey to get all the juices inside of the turkey. Why? Because remember, you had already put a knife through it, and if you want to get in one of those injectable needles that for food, I forgot what it's called. You could do the same thing as well. But I usually do this, and you keep basting it. This is very, very hot, so be very careful. And we're gonna let it cool down before we actually cut it. All right, guys, let's taste this. Oh my God. Yeah, it is really good. Oh, I'm really hungry. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Don't forget to subscribe and let me know in your comments, what did you like the most about this video? Did you actually think I was gonna do all this? Did you actually, was something about maybe putting together Italian and American and Spanish seasonings in this that made this turkey great? Let me know in your comment section what you like and didn't like about this video. And until next time, bye guys.